abortion, right to an abortion, is constitutional. Also, what is your complete stand on the issue?
I believe that life begins at conception and ends at natural death. And I am pro-life. And as I mentioned earlier, the central role of government is the protection of innocent human life, and I will be a pro-life governor for the people of Virginia. I would, for example, sign a bill that bans abortion after an unborn child is pain capable, the 20-week bill. I would make sure that we have regulations that have abortion clinics that Terry McAuliffe repealed, that hold them to at least the same standards that we hold veterinary clinics to in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And I will make sure that we protect innocent human life. No taxpayer funding would veto any effort to provide taxpayer funding for abortion in the Commonwealth of Virginia. I not only went to the Catholic University of America, I served on the Board of Trustees there. In order to do that, you have to be in sync with the teachings of the Church. I'm proud of the support I have from strong pro-life champions in our General Assembly, like Dick Black and Ben Klein and Brenda Pogge and Dave LaRock and others, because they know that I will be a champion for the right to life. I was proud to be with Mike Pence when he made his historic address at the March for Life just recently, and I was proud to have gotten, when I worked in the White House, Henry Hyde the Presidential Medal of Freedom for his effort in standing strong for the protection of innocent human life.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, this is the thing about politicians, folks. Some of us get in front of one crowd and say one thing, and then get in front of another crowd and say a different thing, as Ed, you did. 2014, when you were running for Senate, and Senator Warner challenged you on the personhood bill, which defines life at conception, you said you wouldn't support it. And then, now what does the 100% pro-life mean to you, folks? That means you're against abortion, period, no exceptions. That's what I am. I will not compromise on this issue. Our first job is to protect life. Ed said he's for banning partial birth, late-term abortion. But on January 25th, 2017, he said he would only sign the bill if there were exceptions. Exceptions on late-term abortion. This means that a baby that is 4.5 months old, unborn, or 5 months old, if he's governor, he wouldn't sign that legislation that would ban that abortion unless there are exceptions. It's not the baby's fault.
That's right.
And absolutely, this is a very clear position on the issues. Either you're for life or you're against life.
Thank you.
And with me as governor, you're going to get a very strong position on the issue of life, and we're going to ban late-term abortion the first day that I'm governor.
Thank you. Mr. Wagner, if you could address this.
I believe first I'll answer the question. Nobody else did. How do I feel about the Constitution? I feel Roe versus Wade was the wrong decision. And I think with the new Supreme Court, we're going to get a decision that makes sense. So first and foremost, I'm supportive of a new Supreme Court that'll overturn Roe versus Wade. But now, in the General Assembly, one thing, I have a 25-year track record, so you can check it. Every vote that deals with limiting abortion, restricting abortion clinics, the regulations, every one of them, you'll find a 100% track record. So you don't have to wonder if this candidate is saying something. You can look at the record, and the record will prove it itself. Now, that's the art of the possible. What can you do given that our Roe versus Wade hasn't been overturned? With that, the fetal pain or the 20-week bill is a significant tightening up of the rules, and I believe will withstand a constitutional challenge. So let's move forward that legislation. Unfortunately, we have a governor that will for sure veto it. When I'm your governor, that bill will get signed, and that bill will get to my desk. Also, any number of bills that we've looked at over the years that we've tried to tighten up, particularly defending Governor McDonnell's clinic rules, where we have clinic rules that establish an abortion clinic with the same standard of quality that any other surgical facility is required to do. Now, just recently, Governor McAuliffe rewrote those regulations. Again, I mentioned I chair the Joint Commission on Administrative Rules. We were successful in at least delaying those regulations, the new regulations that would have undone with the good work of Governor Bob McDonnell. We were able to do that and delay those significantly.
Thank you. I want to turn to Mr. Gillespie here. Your name came up a second ago. What are these exceptions? Would you be comfortable with a complete ban on abortion procedures? And are you just mostly comfortable with the 20-week?
Well, the 20-week ban is what was moving through the legislature. By the way, the 20-week ban by Dave LaRock, who is a supporter of mine, has an exception for life of the mother.
Is this, like he said, art of baby steps, or
No,
where do you ultimately want to end up?
I am opposed to abortion. We do have right now, to Frank's point and others, that Roe v. Wade is the law of the land, and we have to, as Frank just noted, the laws we pass have to conform within those. A 20-week ban has been drafted in a way that would conform. The bill that Dave LaRock had included an exception for life of the mother. Corey opposes that. That's his prerogative. I would also, have an exception for rape and incest in my pro-life position. I had a 100% rating from the National Right to Life Committee in my Senate race, and they not only, Carol Tobias not only noted the 100% rating, but noted my activity and my strong support of life in my various roles in Capitol Hill and in the White House.
Would you like to see Roe v. Wade overturned?
I would like to see abortion be banned because I think it is the taking of an innocent human life. It is not the law of the land today.
Would you like to see Roe v. Wade overturned?
Absolutely. Absolutely. How can you, I just don't understand. Look, Roe v. Wade, and I'm an attorney, I gotta tell you, I don't usually admit that. But look, it's wrong. It's wrong. Now, he just said it again. The only way that he would support the ban on late-term abortion is if there are exceptions.
You oppose Dave's exception?
I oppose all exceptions.
You oppose the Dave
All
LaRock
exceptions.
right to the life of the mother.
It's not the baby's fault. It is not the baby's fault. If you can't even stand up to the left on the issue of life, especially late-term abortion, how do you expect that he's going to stand up for any other conservative cause when the pressure is on?
All right, thank you.